Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Lisa, aka Freshest Frames, and I work with performers and creatives to get them unique and impactful images for their promotion and portfolios. Today I'm going to be talking to you about my 6 top tips on how to choose the right photographer for you. So tip 1, it may sound obvious to some of you, but make sure you choose a photographer that specialises in what you need. So if you need headshots, get a headshot photographer. If you need some great dance images to show off your skills, then get a dance photographer. You're probably not going to be able to get all the images that you need from one photographer because they probably specialise in 1 or 2 types of photography. So make sure you decide exactly what you're trying to get from this shoot, make a priority, and then make sure that the photographer that you choose can give you those kind of images. So the next thing to consider is the photographer's portfolio style. So you need to have a look at examples of their work and decide, obviously, if it's something that you like, but also if it's something that will work for what you need. So do you need bright, colourful pictures, maybe to show off a bubbly personality? Do you want something a bit darker, grainier, a bit more moodier? What is it that you're trying to go for? What are you trying to achieve with your images? You also want to think about where the photographer shoots. So some photographers only shoot in studios, some only shoot on location, and some offer both. So really consider what it is that you need and make sure that the photographer offers that. In my last video, we spoke a bit about how important it is that your images help you stand out. So one way to do this is to make sure that your images show something unique about you. So to be able to achieve this, it's super important that you have a consultation with your photographer. You need to have a chat with them ahead of the shoot to tell them about your individual requirements, and this is a chance for them to actually get to know you and understand what you need and what kind of images are going to be best for you. It also gives you a chance to ask all the questions that you want. Personally, I really enjoy the consultation part with my clients because this is when we actually get to know each other a bit, which is really important to make sure that the shoot will go well. And it's also when my inspiration starts coming to me so I can start thinking about ideas for the shoot. Okay, so next thing is trust and personality. Do you trust the photographer? Okay, so you've never had a shoot with them before, how are you going to know? Well, maybe you recognise some people that they've shot with. You could ask them what their experience was like, or if not, you could have a look at the photographer's reviews to see what other clients have said about them. If you haven't found a photographer yet, then you could ask people for recommendations. You should also have a chat with your photographer to see what kind of vibe they give you. So are they friendly? Are they welcoming? Are they happy to answer your questions? Tell them your concerns and see if they can reassure you. It's really important that you trust your photographer, obviously, because you're giving them a lot of money and you want to make sure that you're going to get high quality images that are really useful for you. But it's also really important that you feel comfortable with your photographer, because at the shoot you need to be relaxed enough to make sure that you look the best in your pictures that you can. So personality is really important too. Okay, so next up is budget and packages. If you watched my last video, you should understand by now why it's so important to invest in professional pictures for your careers. So you don't want budget alone to determine which photographer you go with, but it is really important that you shop around to check the value of what is included in your package. You want to be checking things like how long is the shoot, how many backdrops or locations are included, how many outfits or looks are included, and also how many finished retouched images are included. So professional photographers aren't going to give you all the pictures, guys, and honestly you do not need all of the pictures. Yes, you want a variety to choose from, but you really want quality over quantity, so make sure that your pictures are going to be professionally retouched. And also check how much it is for additional retouched images in case you decide you want a few more later. You also want to check how the finished images are going to be supplied. So personally, I give out digital files only, so I give my clients a full res version for print, a lower res version that is suitable for web and email, and also I give them a cropped version that's suitable for certain social media channels. This isn't standard though, so make sure you check with your photographer what they do and make sure that you're happy with that before you go ahead with the shoot. Another thing to check is whether you need to pay a deposit or the full fee. Most professional photographers are going to ask you for at least a deposit up front, so this is another reason why you need to trust your photographer if you're giving them money before you've even met them. Okay, so deadlines and timelines are also something you need to consider. You need to check 3 things here. First up is when is the photographer available to shoot? Next is how long after the shoot will it be until you get to view the images? And then once you've paid and chosen your images, how long will it be until you get the finished files? And if you have any urgent deadlines that you're going to need the finished images for, make sure you let your photographer know as soon as possible to make sure this is achievable. Don't leave it until the last minute. Okay, so those are my 6 tips to help you find the right photographer for you. I hope that you find them really useful. If you happen to be a performer or creative in or around London, then feel free to hit me up if you need some new headshots, dance images, or anything super fresh for your portfolio. You can check out my work at freshestframes.com. Make sure you subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about my next video, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Keep it fresh!